What up? What up? Welcome to another NBA playoff edition with the OG crew. It's good to be back with you guys. We have two games up for today, but how's everybody feeling? I'm gonna go to you first, Bobano. How you doing today?
I'm feeling really good. I would have felt better if Denver had swept last night, but that's another story. Unfortunate, but yeah, betting wise, yesterday was pretty solid overall. The Boston game was really good. We had a clean sweep in that game. Celtics team total over easily. The full game over got there as well as they took a 3-1 series lead against Atlanta. My belief, though, that the zigzag theory would come to fruition, though, in the Cavaliers-Knicks series did not pan out. I was on Cleveland after taking New York. We all swept the board with New York on Friday in Game 3. We were all over the Knicks, and they got the job done. But I thought Cleveland would show better yesterday. And other than the third quarter when they made a big push after a horrible first half, I didn't. Donovan Mitchell, you talk about spitting the bit in an important game for your basketball team. We saw that yesterday. That was not what they signed up for in that trade with the Utah Jazz. They didn't bring him in to lay a fucking egg like that in a game 4 to avoid a 3-1 series deficit. They got him to make big-time plays, and just a very disappointing game for Spider yesterday for Cleveland. Not that that's the only reason they lost yesterday, but the defense wasn't good enough either. But very disheartening loss for Cleveland, and hate to say it, but I think they're done in this series. It's just a question of how long does it go.
Yeah, I think they're done too. You don't see a lot of teams come back from down 1-3, and Donovan Mitchell was extremely disappointing. Should have been running the offense through Garland because good things were happening when he had the ball. Speaking of Garland, that's gonna make me think of my guy Wham Bam because you made a lot of money over the years with Garland. How's everything been treating you? How you doing today?
That's it, bro. You said it, man. If Garland's playing good, they got a chance to win. If he doesn't play good, they cook, bro. They don't have the wing depth. They don't have LeBron coming back, so they ain't coming back from no 3-1 deficit. It's not happening, man. So we can cancel it. As far as the Cavs, they need to make adjustments. That is something interesting, man. It's been good for me, bro. I'm feeling good. I love these shows, bro. We've been kicking ass, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, Soldier, AOD, Art, you Capper. You already know, man. Big Bets, Big P Bets. I like that, man. I like your name, Big P Bets. I like that, bro. Yeah, man. We gonna win today again, bro. It's only right. You know what I'm saying? It's only right, man. What's up with you, Dutch? How you feeling, my boy? I got the green on. That means we're gonna see some green tickets, man. I like that.
Yeah, man. I was running a little late, so I got the closest shit by. I ain't really feeling greenery after Boston's ass last night. God damn it. But no, yesterday was cool though. It was, it's been lovely. Had won 5 straight until I had to fuck around and get on that little motherfucker yesterday. We cleaned house though with the Knickerbockers early though. We did do that. I seen a lot of respectable people on the Cavaliers, but I text my boy Skee. I said it. It's the Knickerbockers in 6, bro.
You text me, and I should have listened.
I tried to tell you, I sent that gift for a motherfucking reason, bro. And I said, well, you should stay off. You should stay off because you weren't even on it yet, I don't believe. But you ended up on hey, so it's good though. It's all good. We cap what we cap and we go where we go. But definitely the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, the best player on the court. And that's what, and he's just more efficient is really what it is. He's more trustworthy. And I said this pregame. And this is what I believe. And the tougher team. I mean, the Cavs bench even showed up yesterday, and they still couldn't get it done. So the Knicks got heart. They're gritty, and they got Jalen motherfucking Brunson. So it's over in 6. I believe the Cavs win. We'll talk about that. But, yeah, it's over in 6 back in New York. And don't get it twisted. Them Knicks fans are definitely ready for some basketball that means something. So that crowd is definitely crunked up. But yeah, man, then I went around and fucked around, had all damn day, and I didn't bet Sacramento plus 7.5, stayed away. And I had to get on that motherfucking 7.5 with with the Hawks. And it was a sweater, but the hooker got me. They almost covered it, fortunately. And then I was feeling the Wolves, man. I was feeling the Wolves. I told some people I was feeling the Wolves. I stayed off because some very respectful people were all over motherfucking the other side. And obviously we know what happened. I didn't win no money and people I like lost money. So that was all bad. But yeah, we're going to get back to the black today. Believe that. I like one game today, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to the black. For me, especially, Yesterday was my worst day of the week, maybe the month. I still been making money. I think I'm up 66 units the last month or so. But yesterday
Yeah.
was an open day and not good, not how I wanted to end my week. So let's try to start this week on a better note, and we'll go to 5-11, 5-12, Milwaukee and Miami. This game opened Bucks -4. It's up to -8 pretty much everywhere. Total open 217. We see 218, 218 and a half. As far as an injury report is concerned, Giannis has cleared it. Looks like he's going to be available for tonight. They will be without Wesley Matthews. And then for Miami, we have Jimmy and Bam game time, but it's hard to see either one of them missing. Jovic game time decision. They're obviously going to be without Hero and now, without Oladipo as well. So I'm going to go back to you first, Dutch, on this one. And my question for you is, they're missing a lot of scoring now. Hero, Oladipo don't have a whole lot of depth. Do you trust the Bucks with Giannis coming back, or is this number too big?
I liked it before. I got it when I expected Giannis to come. So I like it around 5 a lot, but I do think, it really shouldn't, what is it? It's 8 now? Yeah, it's getting up there. It's getting up there. So it's definitely getting up there. I don't know. It's not something I really want to do maybe late, but they did just lose this the prior basketball game by 22. Got ran out the fucking gym, specifically in that second quarter, giving up 37 points to the Heat. The Heat, let's really talk about it. They've been pretty fucking prolific offensively so far in these playoffs. They're a streaky ass team. One good game, one bad game, but offensively they've actually played well, and that has a lot to do with, obviously Strus from outside. Jimmy Butler's playing lights the fuck out. But I could only look Milwaukee here. They did get out rebounded in that basketball game too, almost by double digits. I believe it was by 8 or 9 there. Milwaukee did. That's unacceptable. Brook Lopez, what the fuck was that? Bobby Portis too. Come on, man. If we know you can start Kevin Love and then all of a sudden you guys just shrink. Come on. I don't see that happening again. Most importantly, you gotta guard the perimeter here. There's no one on that court that should be doubled, in my opinion, on Miami. You put Drew Holiday on Jimmy Butler and you tell this motherfucker, don't let him breathe. Just simply, Drew Holiday, you don't need to score 20. They got enough offense over there in Milwaukee. I believe if you cut this head off the snake, which is Jimmy Butler, you're good to go, man. And obviously you have one of the elite defenders, all around defenders in the world, in the NBA, in the game, and Drew motherfucking Holiday. So I say you single him up and you guard him and you shut Jimmy down. Maybe not shut his ass down, but make life fucking miserable. Make it hard for that motherfucker to see 20. And the Bucks should run him out the gym. They're too big, in my opinion. I think they play bigger, bully basketball tonight. We see a better game from Brook Lopez. Obviously, we're going to see what the Greek Freak's all about. He's pretty fucking damn good. We should see that tonight against a slower, unathletic team, in my opinion, in Miami. And I simply believe, you play that small, Brook and Bobby, they should come out and play pretty fucking fierce. But mainly guard the perimeter, Drew Holiday. I want to see you all over fucking Jimmy Butler, and I want to see that elite defense, that all-world defense tonight. I think the Bucks run him out the gym, but I'm not gonna tell you to go bet -8.
Fair enough. Dutch liking the Bucks. He got on them a little bit earlier, and just thinking, his guy Drew gonna do what he does and slow Jimmy down a little bit. Bobano, are you feeling the same way? Are you willing to lay 8? Maybe a little bit of Bucks team total? You're looking at the full game total. How you coming in this one?
Yeah, I've got a split across the board here. Quartet of quarter unit bets, so it's 1 unit total. First quarter, first half, full game, and the team total over for Milwaukee. It's basically 4 bets split into quarter unit each. So that's the way I'm approaching it. So it's basically like a 1 unit play, but I've just decided to approach it differently because of the fact now, especially with the line move, the way it's been, I'd like to have a little piece of everything here because, when you look at this series, where's the competitive game been? We just really haven't seen it. The team that's won has won decisively here so far in this series. The way it started out, you had a 130-117 Miami win in game 1. You had a 138-122 Milwaukee win in game 2 without Giannis. And then, of course, in game 3, Miami still with no Giannis for Milwaukee, but Miami bounced back and won that game by 22. So, we've seen basically 13-plus point margins of victory, in all 3 games. So, all this talk about, you're concerned now that it's up to 7.5, 8, this number. Well, the point spread really hasn't come into play here in these first 3 games. The team that's won has done it in blowout fashion. So I like this Milwaukee spot. You know, they don't want to go down 3-1. They're actually a team that if they were down 3-1, they could probably still come back and win this series if they play the right way, if they get everybody on board. Giannis not only returns, but looks like the Giannis that we're accustomed to. Drew Holiday does his thing. You get the supporting cast, Connaughton and others stepping up. That's going to be critical. They got to get back to better defense. Clearly, that was not there for the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 3, and obviously Giannis's return helps that. So definitely, to me, a clear Milwaukee spot. And then there's the injuries for Miami. We know Oladipo and Hero are out, but Bam Adebayo is going to play, but he's battling through a little something here with the hamstring. And then there's Jimmy Butler, who the injury report, he's popped up after Game 3 saying a bruised glute is what Eric Spoelstra said for Jimmy Butler after Game 3. They've got him listed as questionable. He's going to play. This is not the kind of thing that keeps you out of a basketball game, but whether he's 100%, that is a little bit in doubt for Butler tonight in this game. So basically it's all set up nicely here for Milwaukee to get back into the series, tie it up, and then take this to a best of 3 as the scene shifts here to back to Milwaukee for a Game 5. So the way I'm going to go about it is that I do like some props, by the way, for this game here, but I just want to confirm what the current numbers are right now. We got Milwaukee -2.5 first quarter, Milwaukee -4 first half, Milwaukee -8 full game. And I'm also going to get in on that over 113 with the Milwaukee team total over. And then as far as props go for this game, there are a few props that I do like here in this Bucks and Heat game. The way I see it here from a Miami standpoint, as far as who's going to have to step up here a little bit, I think I trust Caleb Martin to do that for the Miami Heat. You look at him, he's gone over his point prop in all 3 games here in this series. It's only sitting at 9.5 with no Hero and Oladipo, and maybe Butler's a little hobbled. He's going to play, but is he going to be at his absolute best? Someone else has to pick up the slack here for Miami. I think it's probably going to be Caleb Martin. He's been undervalued as far as his player props all series. Again, only 9.5 with his point prop tonight. He's averaged 14 in the series. He's gone over his point prop in 3 straight games. So Caleb Martin for Miami over points. Maybe Grayson Allen, too, for Milwaukee, because he's been someone that's been going over his point prop in this series in every game. And again, we're looking at over 10.5 points for him. He's averaging 14, hit over points in all 3 games in this series. So Grayson Allen, I don't like the guy. I think he can be dirty sometimes, and some of the cheap stuff he does on the court is sickening. But he's scoring right now for Milwaukee at a decent clip. So over his point prop as well. Those are the 2 main ones. I mean, Giannis obviously goes without saying. If you want to go with, points and rebounds on Giannis, it makes sense. Blocks, because, they're obviously going to have him helping them out and improving that team defensively, but you're never getting a bargain, unfortunately, with Giannis. This could be the night maybe for Giannis. You sprinkle the triple-double, on him and go he's going to just be back on the floor and just, carry that team on his back to a series tied at 2 tonight. So that's probably what I'm going to look at mostly for props. Caleb Martin for Miami over points. We've got for Milwaukee, Grayson Allen over points, and maybe a sprinkle on the triple-double for Giannis.
All right, lots of like there for Bobano in this game. Is this true? Is Aaron Rodgers traded?
Yeah.
I was looking on Twitter, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to see our boy no more?
R.I.P. the Razor, bro.
JETS.
Razor.
Oh, that's not breaking news. We've known he's going there for months.
Exactly. Yeah.
Finally,
Exactly.
I don't keep up with the football, so it's breaking news to me. Until
No,
the
it's
season
official now. It's official now.
He's been linked with the Jets
Okay.
for well over a month, 2 months even.
Yeah.
I thought he was coming to Denver 2 fucking years, man.
JETS.
I need a break from football, you know what I'm saying?
Getting rusty, man.
G. Martinez says everybody made a glass. Yeah, it's a lot of injuries in these playoffs so far, definitely. A couple more comments. He says Fox down too. AOD says Giannis decoy night. Yeah, if he's too banged up, it might be a little bit of a decoy. He says Middleton's going to ball out. I would be leaning Middleton more than Drew.
You see Giannis. He looked pretty solid on the bench, bro. Getting up all excited early in that game. I think he'd be ready to go, man. I think they thought that they would beat Miami without him. To be quite honest with you.
Well, we won't be able to see. I thought they would beat them too. I don't know. Something felt tricky about the game as far as the side. so I chose to play it on a different way. But Wham Bam, you know, I don't know what you're gonna be doing. I know you be bleeding green all the time with them Jets and that other nasty team. What we doing with this game, Milwaukee and Miami?
What does that have to do with this game?
Hey, the
That didn't have
comment, he
nothing to
said
do
it's
with
time
this
to
game.
favor the
That's so
Jets.
funny. No, it did correlate because these guys are going to wear green. I'm on Fear the Day tonight. I'm right there with Babano. I think it's going to be a double-digit win the first half and the full game. I think that a lot of guys get back to their old roles like that, like Brook Lopez. Hasn't made a three yet in this series yet. I mean, he only had one attempt over the last two games, but the first game when Giannis was in there, he did get three attempts. Seemed like that probably would have been their normal, natural role for him to get those threes up, to stretch the floor like he normally is when Giannis is in there. I like Giannis rebounds today, over 11 and a half. He said, my boy look like Ray Charles later, you know. Hey, sometimes you got to do it like that, man. And I'm rubbing girls' wrists too, bro, just to see what type of time they are, even though I can see. But for the most part, though, in this game, though, man, let's be real though. These motherfuckers been shooting out of their mind, like you said, but Dutch, like they've been shooting out of their mind, bro. Like 50% from three for the season, bro. I mean, for the series, that's not gonna last. And then let's talk about the boy Duncan Robinson, who we know eventually is gonna show that his defense is gonna just get exploited. Somehow, some way, him getting those minutes is gonna be backfiring, and he's shooting 76% from three, 76.9 from three right now. I see somebody in the chat drop this his actual how many attempts he got, like 19 attempts. Like he's getting them up, bro. That ain't happening in this game. It just ain't happening. I do agree with you though, Babano. Caleb Martin is pretty much very consistent. I think he's shown that throughout the whole year. So I think you could be safe with taking one of his props. But I think that the fact that Jimmy Butler is not going to be the guy that's going to be leading the game in free throw attempts, it's going to be Giannis. Because they're going to try to bubble wrap him similar to what you've seen Tua with. You know what I'm saying? They're not letting Giannis go out like that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They're not letting the MVP going out like that. They're going to bubble wrap him today. He's going to get some calls. And I think he's going to lead the game in free throw attempts. So I expect that it's going to be a little bit easier for guys like Drew Holiday, like you were saying, Dutch, you know, to just focus in on the defensive side. He doesn't have to shoot 18 attempts, which he's averaging so far in this series. I don't think he had to get 18 shots up. So I like the Bucks, man. Fear the deer. And I did hop on them early at 2.5. I endorsed the first half -4 as well, though. So I'm right there all the way locked in on the Bucks today. It's my best bet, bro. I think the Bucks hold it down all the way today. I ain't worried about the line moving to 8, man. Hop on it, bro. Because the undrafted players, they timers, it's ticking. You know what I'm saying? The NBA may be the NBA may be helping them today. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you. I'm definitely not rocking with them undrafted players, and you got a good number on the first half. Good job doing that. I would only be looking towards, fair to deer today. I chose to play the team total on the full game over 112. Um, Bucks, when they're favored off a loss, they cleared that number 18 out of 20 games, and it's really hard to see them losing this game tonight. So the only two that they didn't cover or didn't go over was the two games they lost. So I like it so far. The last 5 meetings, I think it's 3-1-1 for the team total over, and I just think they can take advantage of this Milwaukee squad. My screen is doing some crazy stuff right now, but yeah, team total over 112 for me, and the guys told you what they like. So next game up, we will move over to 5-15, 5-16.
Lake Show.
And that, you know what time it is. Grizzlies at Lakers. Game open -4.5. It's moving up to some fives now. Total open 221. It's as high as 222.5. Injury report, I see just Adams out and usual suspects for the Grizzlies that they've been missing for a while. For the Lakers, Anthony Davis and LeBron game time decision, but I'm pretty sure they're going to play, along with Schroeder game time decision, but he's likely to play too. So Lakers really dominated that last game. They came out fired up because some shit talking that went on. I'm talking to you, Wham Bam. I'm gonna go to you first because I got to hear from you first on our guys tonight. But
man.
Last time I seen LeBron like somebody really messing with LeBron like this, it was when he was down 1-2, and the other team didn't win another I'm I trust the Lakers. I think they're the better team. I think the Grizzlies are too banged up. And over the course of the game, I think the Lakers are deeper right now because of the injuries and all that stuff. I think they'll take advantage. But I don't want to be fading them to start. How you dealing with this game, man?
Yeah, man, this game is very, very interesting. Just based off of what you're saying, man. Like, do you think they carry that same energy against this Grizzlies team? I think the Grizzlies probably have adjustments up their sleeve, and I think the adjustments is going to go for like more guys like John Morant. Obviously, he did what he wanted to do, did everything he could in that last game, get to the 45 points, had a double-double with the 12 assists, was able to, hold it down on both sides. But I just feel like that kind of takes away from all the other guys that's been playing pretty well. Like you guys always say, like they play better without Ja on the floor. A lot of people say that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's us here that's ever said that, but I know a lot of people say that. And I'm not saying I want to start with I want to go along with that narrative because I don't agree with that at all. I think that all those guys play really well. They just need cohesiveness. They need bigs down there because they allowing the Lakers to do whatever they want in the paint. Lakers shooting about 60% inside the paint, which they're about, like, I believe, for the most part, I think they're shooting about 54% inside the paint. So they're not getting the same type of looks. Anthony Davis, he's blocking a lot of those shots. And I think that you gotta go towards the Lakers here because of all the things that we've seen. And I think they are going to show that they are more cohesive bench-wise and, saying as far as the start levels as well. So we haven't seen LeBron them ball all the way out. We haven't seen AD ball all the way out in this series. We just seen them do dominant things on the defensive side. I think we are going to continue to see Rui, though, man. I think Rui continues to go over his points. That's for sure something I'm really locked in on. I got to think that he gets 14 points today. He's been doing that every game so far, so I'm going to be on that. As far as the our guy AR-15, bro, I think AR-15 got to be worth a look as well on the threes, I think, because we need guys to continue to stretch the floor for us, and he's one of those guys I trust to shoot the three because I don't trust D'Lo. Unfortunately, I just don't trust D'Lo at all. I mean, he should be the guy, but I don't trust him at all. But I got to go back to the well with the Lakers, I think. And I haven't jumped on this yet. This is a game that I want to lock in with y'all. I don't think that the line is going to move any crazy way. I think we could wait all the way to tip here. I think the Lakers full game probably is the way I want to go. I do agree with the first half Memphis, even though the Lakers had that first half explosion last game. I think the other two games, they kind of show that the Lakers starting off slow. I think that's kind of the type of Lakers we see today. So I kind of would agree. I think you were saying something similar to that, Skee. I think I kind of do agree with Memphis starting off a little faster than the Lakers there. But Lakers full game, man. And then as far as the props, I'm on Rui. I'm going to be on Rui with the points to have at least 14 points. And then I think I'm going to go with the threes with Reeves there. That rhymes too.
Good stuff on that game. And I like that Lakers full game. And Casey was asking about Reeves, rebounds plus assists. I don't want to talk you off anything, Reeves, because I just think he's playing really good basketball right now. I definitely will rock with him. A lot of people in the chat, like in the Grizzlies early, we had Mo with the Grizzlies first quarter. Regis likes the first half. I mean, it's a good spot for them. If they go down 1-3, the series is pretty much over. And the way they got smacked up in that first quarter last game, I'm pretty sure it's an emphasis for them to come out strong in this one. It's just, can they sustain it for 48 minutes? What do you think, Bobano?
Yeah, I do like first quarter and first half for Memphis, but I don't like them full game. But I do like them early. I think there's enough on this team to think they're going to punch back hard in the early part of the game. But I worry in the second half. They have no size down low compared to the Lakers, none at all, and that's going to end up absolutely hurting them. As this year, they miss Steven Adams. That guy's just a workhorse. He's obviously a great rim protector. And he's got some nice footwork and ability offensively too. And then the rebounding that they missed without him too. It's too much when you've got all the size that the Lakers have, led of course by AD. But it's not just him. It's Vanderbilt. It's trying to deal with LeBron when he comes flying at you towards the rim. I mean, it's just a lot to handle for Memphis, and they just don't have the depth or the size or the depth in the front court either. To handle it right now from the LA Lakers. So, yeah, I like the early look for Memphis here, first quarter, first half, but I'd probably stop there because I'm not totally sold they're going to win the game. And you're right. There is that element of, that absolute fool clown college known as Dylan Brooks, absolutely pissed off LeBron so much that, the Lakers are just going to say, hey, we don't not only want to beat these guys, we want to send a message and maybe if we can try to end this series early. So that's a thought process that goes through the back of your mind. But yeah, I like Memphis in the early part of the game. I think the total's going up in the right direction too. I like the over. I think you're going to see Memphis, a lot better offensively. John Morant had 45 points in game 3, but the supporting cast really didn't step up. You got some from Bane as well, but other than that, it was a rough night for a lot of the other Grizzlies. Not the best night for Jaren Jackson either. I think collectively Memphis will score a little bit more tonight, but at the same time, LA is going to score easy baskets inside because they just don't have size right now to deal with what the Lakers have. So I think it's easier baskets both ways. It goes over the total here, 221.5, and I like Memphis early. And as far as the props go, our guy Wham Bam nailed it with Rui Hachimura. I mean, you have to bet his props right now. He's totally undervalued. And once again, it's that way going into tonight. His point prop is only 13.5. And again, to me, it's too low. He's averaging 21 points per game here in this series. So when you see a point prop on someone that's 13.5 and he's 8 points lower than his point per game average for the series, that's serious value right there. They have not priced it properly. We see the impact he's made every single game, so I'm totally on board with that. And I'm on it as well. Rui Hachimura for the LA Lakers over 13.5 points. I think it's one of the best props of the entire night, if you ask me. There's also some other ones I would look at. I would look at a points and assists tonight in this basketball game for John Morant. He's going to have his fingerprints on everything Memphis does, if they're going to tie the series tonight. So I like the combination. You could do points on its own, 29.5. You could do assists, 8.5 over on its own, or you could just put points and assists together. I think either you bet them separately or you bet them combined. I think John Morant points, assists is definitely the way to go here tonight in this game. And probably I would say the same thing with Anthony Davis over points and rebounds. Like, who's going to deal with him right now if you're the Memphis Grizzlies going into this game? So that's a prop that would make some sense. Maybe D'Angelo Russell assists. So again, his offensive contributions, shooting haven't been great in this series, but he has been setting up his teammates and dropping dimes. So I think the assist prop for D'Angelo Russell over 5, I think it's 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. I think that's probably a good prop tonight. It's a good prop game. There's a lot of props I like here, in addition to Memphis early and the full game over.
Lots to like from Bobano on this one. And, I think I like
high volume
that too.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not mad at it. If you see you have an edge or you like it, go for it. Dutch, if anybody's going to, want to step in the way at a Lake show and want to fade them today, I think it would be you on the show. So are you rolling with the Grizzlies? You taking them early? What you doing with this game?
Nah, man. Shout out to our guy Winter Circle. I see you, my man. Nets bets in the building. Razor sharp picks already on Jordan Love. I see you, my dude. I see you. At least you're taking it well. At least you are taking it well. Yeah, man. I think honestly, right now, I think the best thing to do is Milwaukee money line with the Lakers money lines minus 110 right now. You can get it, So I'll just be real. That's really what I think y'all should do. I think this number is pretty sharp, to be quite honest with you. I think you kind of got the best out of the Lakers, specifically that first quarter. They rallied. It wasn't really LBJ. It was the troops that rallied around there. They said, like we talked about, they said, fuck you, Dylan Brooks. You fucking with the captain over here. So the whole team kind of just rallied around. I don't know if they come with that intensity now. Memphis, second, third, fourth quarter, they outplayed LA in that last game. It was really just that first quarter that LA got in that ass. I do think LA is a better team. Do I think that they blow out Memphis? No. I think the number's pretty sharp, to be quite honest with you. So I'm not. In this game right now, if I'm not money line parlaying it with the Bucks, I'm waiting for a better spot to bet the Lakers. I don't believe the Lakers lose at home. I think the number's sharp. You can get a better number. I see them winning right around this number. So I do think I'm not mad at the early Grizzly looks, because that's what I want. I want Grizzlies to get out early. I can get a better number on LA, because I think eventually they're just too deep and too talented of a team. From what they said on the panel, Memphis is really missing Adams and Clark. I mean, it's just what it is. And to be quite honest with you, they're kind of in and out with Ja. Like, Ja wants to go so fast, but does the other team want to run with them? I don't know. Like, they're kind of in it. Do we run or do we not? And then Jones gets out there and kind of little more cruiser. So I don't know, man. I think they're missing. I think they really miss Adams and Clark, obviously, and I do think LA is just too good. There's a better basketball team, but I'm just not. I just don't have faith in LA from what we've seen for them to go in and just put it on Memphis like they did in Game 3. So 2-team money line parlay to me is the best look on the board at this time.
I hear you, and I'm thinking along the lines of like you thinking the Grizzlies are going to come out early, and then I can come in and get a better line on the Lakers if I want to bet them. So a good live betting opportunity. Unless you like the Grizzlies, you jump in early. That's pretty much how we're feeling here. But WAM
Someone
Bet
in the
says you're not
chat said,
worried.
someone in the chat, I just want to mention about
At
Russell,
all.
concerned about D'Angelo Russell, and maybe, but the reason I like the assist prop, and that's what I'm looking at, just the assists over 5.5, is because he's hit 6+ assists in all but one game against Memphis this year. D'Angelo Russell, all 6 or more assists in all but one game for him against the Grizzlies this year. So that's why I thought that number was true. You don't want him shooting the ball, and because he hasn't been doing that well at all. But I think for 6 assists, he can get that here tonight.
Fair enough. Good stuff on the 2 games. We went through those pretty thorough. We have 3 Tuesday games, and then Wednesday, I think we have 2 games. That those teams are not going to play between now and then. So just quick thoughts. I'm gonna group the Tuesday together, then I'll group the Wednesday together. Atlanta and Boston. I don't have very much to say. I feel like if Atlanta was going to win a game or be competitive, it was going to be at the house. Could also see a Murray suspension because he bumped the refs. So it's very hard for me to back anything Atlanta in that game. If I like Atlanta in any way, I probably just bet the over. And I do think Boston is more than capable of fulfilling their side of the total no matter what. Minnesota and Denver, I think that was it for Minnesota. Denver coming back home where they've been dominant all season long. I think they win that game by double digits. Clippers and Phoenix, I wish Kawhi was playing. Other than that, it's very hard for me to get involved. So if I'm betting anything on that Tuesday slate, it's Hawks Boston over or Denver full game or Denver some way, shape, or form. How you feeling about the Tuesday slate, Dutch?
The Tuesday slate. Really? To me, I don't really like either one of the first 2 games, to be quite honest. I don't like anything on Tuesday. There's a reason probably why I just paused like a motherfucker, because I don't like anything about any of those 3 games. Those are some big ass numbers. Looking down on it, I feel like I kind of left some money on the table, not taking advantage of Russ props, because Russ running the show in LA now. Norman Powell doing his thing, but he's running the show over there for the Clippers. He gonna have the ball in his hand damn near every damn time. So he's gonna load it up. Maybe turnovers too, obviously, but he's been playing pretty efficiently. So shout out to Russ, and we know he's gonna try. So if you like anything in that game, I think you got to kind of look more props. Tuesday to me seems like it might be a little bit more of a prop day, and I would look that way with the Russ. Denver's going to wrap it up. It's a matter if you want to lay the number. Boston's going to put them away as well. It's a matter if you want to lay the number. And I do think Phoenix. Well, I guess it'll only be 3 for Phoenix, but yeah, they play with the Clippers, man. They whenever they really want to, they take over. CP3 seems to be finding his legs as well. So I'm higher on Phoenix than everyone else. I think they're deeper than people think too. I mean, they haven't even used a lot of the motherfucking bench players they could use. I don't know what Monty Williams. Well, I guess he don't really have to use them, to be quite honest with you, in this series. So he's not. Cameron Payne should come back. I'll look for Phoenix to be a bet on team for me here in next coming series. But yeah, too many points for this weekend for me on Tuesday. Too many points. And what was the other one?
Hey, you said you didn't like the first 2, Atlanta, Boston, Minnesota, Denver.
Right. Nothing on Wednesday. We're good. All right.
We didn't get to Wednesday yet. So yeah, opinions on the Clippers and Phoenix mostly for Dutchy. Thinking it'll be a player prop day in general on Tuesday. And Babano, you getting some love in the chat here. They're saying nice call on a plus 1,200 overtime game winner.
Yeah, Zach Hyman for the Edmonton Oilers with the overtime winner. Apparently, that game was more exciting for Charles Barkley than the Denver-Minnesota NBA game last night, because he actually said it right on the air last night. This is a bad basketball game. I'm watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on DBS. That was hilarious from our guy Charles. I can't blame him. There's no doubt LA Edmonton and the hockey was the better event than the Denver-Minnesota game last night. Although the Golden State-Sacramento game was phenomenal. In the NBA yesterday. That whole series has been good, but that was just funny. Shout out to Charles Barkley. He knows how good hockey is. It's a great sport. As far as this Tuesday card, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to go back to the well with Boston here and the team total once again. It's 121, the team total. So they've adjusted it a little bit. It was 118.5 last night. It was an easy winner for me. I'm coming right back to it here. I don't trust Atlanta defensively on the road against this team after what I saw last night. It was horrendous. The team defense from the Atlanta Hawks, it didn't guard anybody in that game last night. Boston to me, and I was on the full game over too. I lean that way, but I think I'll probably have a little bit bigger amount on the team total. I think it's probably a good chance for the Celtics to end at a team total of over 121 for the Celtics tomorrow night. I like that quite a bit. Same bet I won with last night in game 4 of this series. Minnesota, Denver. You know what I'll probably end up doing here is a little bit on the -9 and a little bit on the team total for Denver. Over 115 and a half. I think it does end here. They've been a great home team all year. I think there's going to be that little element of the Nuggets coming back home, Murray and Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. and company coming home, just annoyed, that they couldn't close it out last night. They have to go back home and play this team one more time. And I think tomorrow night will be the night they put an end to it. So, yeah, Denver and team total over split, -9 and over 115 and a half. I'll probably split it up in half with those two. And as for Clippers and Suns, look, I think the Clippers are, with Ty Lue, is a good, we think he's a pretty good coach. We think this team's not going to just roll over. I thought they played a really hard, tough 3 quarters against Phoenix in game 4, and they just ran out of gas. You could only go so long with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard out, and your Terrence Manns and all these other guys, the Russell Westbrook's trying to give you everything he can, but, you can only sustain that for so long against a team that's just as incredibly talented and loaded as Phoenix, and they ran out of gas in the 4th quarter. But this number looks awfully high for a Clippers team that I don't think is going to completely roll over and quit. Plus, we're going to have to see if Kawhi comes back. I don't know. It's very iffy right now, but I wouldn't be laying 12 with Phoenix. Not this high of a number tomorrow night. Lean Clippers, but we'll have to see what the lineup is.
All right, good stuff. Albano has, a lot of different opinions on all 3 games there. Wham Bam, I'm coming to you with a Tuesday slate. What you looking at? And then also Wednesday, after you're done, you can just, roll into that. We have New York and Cleveland, Golden State and Sacramento, and I'll put up the banners too as we go along.
For sure. And shout out to Kenny V. Asking about the Lakers. Make their record reflect. Hey, man, the Lakers going to win, bro, and they going to wrap it up in Memphis. That's what I'm going to tell you straight up. But as far as let's talk about this. It's Hawks. You talked about it, Skee. Maybe the boy get suspended for bumping the ref. That's tough there. I think that the Celtics are going to handle business. I think every team in eliminating situations is going to handle business there. So I'm thinking of parlaying all 3 of them, -165 as far as the juice that you got to pay on a 3-team parlay with all 3 of those big favorites there with Suns, Nuggets, Celtics. I think all 3 of them handle business there. So I'm thinking about doing that. But what I am going to be for sure on, I'm not scared to go back to the well with Marcus Smart. It means 2 fast break passes that he threw. Both his teammates just missed the layups. Blatant, nobody's in front of him. Would have been the 2 that we needed to get the assist over last game. Not scared. Still at 5.5. Still getting the same look there. So Marcus Smart assist that's most likely going to be one of the key things I'll talk about tomorrow. I'm not afraid to go back to the well with that. As far as the Denver Nuggets game, that Timberwolves game, they really did everything they could do. Squeeze out that overtime win. Good for them. Shout out to everybody that had the Timberwolves. It's pretty much over with though. That game coming back to elevation. I know they are already in elevation in Minnesota, but it's just a different environment in the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are going to be able to hold it down and win that game. Same thing again with this Clippers team, bro. Listen, man, I don't think it correlates here, but we did hear about Kawhi Leonard and his sister, and now he hasn't been able to play. He did walk off fine. I'm going to continue to say that he walked off fine. Didn't look like he was hurt. He did bump CP, so maybe CP hit him with something on his knee or something, and now he can't walk no more. But the wheelchair lives on. I think he doesn't play in this game again. I think it's over with for the Clippers. Maybe that's the last time that we're going to see the Paul George, Kawhi Leonard era. Maybe they blow this shit up. I don't know. It's a lot to talk about there, but I think the Suns move on and handle business. Going into this next game, man, listen, bro. The Knicks Cavs, man, is all about rebounding. It's all about, are these guys tough enough? Evan Mobley definitely is a good player. Don't get me wrong. He just can't shoot long. He can't shoot threes more consistent enough, and he isn't big enough to, be that guy right now. I think that you get rid of Jared Allen in the offseason, and they're going to be solid there. As far as this game, it's probably over with. I think the Knicks hold it down. The boy, Jalen Bronson, being one of the first players in Knicks history since Allen Houston to have 5 threes and 5+ assists or something crazy like that. So, he just continued to outclass and, just show his value is really where he's getting paid at. And I think that you don't bet against that. As much as we all know that Randall's going left, somehow, some way, the Knicks still win. So I'm going to continue to think that they're going to hold it down here, get guys to shoot on point, on the road. And you got to continue to think that, again, if I see Garland struggling, the Cavs are going to continue to struggle. I think the problem is that they got Garland and Mitchell. It's not a good fit, really. We know how much I love Garland. The fact that Mitchell's there and they're giving him fucking 30 shots every game, it's over with. You can't really get him involved. He really doesn't have the same offense, same offense command against the defense because he's not distributing the ball and he's not taking shots. When he was doing that in the second half, they caught back up. They started to regurgitate back to that bullshit with Donovan Mitchell. And so I think that's how they're going to play again. So they're going to lose, and I think the Knicks are going to win there. That's the only way I'm thinking about betting in that game. And as far as I think that's it, right? That's that should be it. I shouldn't even talk about this game, this next game. I shouldn't even talk about it because I know where Skee's going here. He's going towards the Warriors. I think the beam might be lit, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think that Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, his injury, obviously we know he just got the injury there it just got announced. I think that injury has probably been prolonged. He's probably going to be able to play, at a good enough rate that he's still going to be effective in the fourth quarter. That's where they need him the most. So other guys going to have to step up. Keegan Murray seems like he knocked the dust off. Me and Babano was talking about that before the show started. I think that he knocked the rust off. He's getting all that rookie shit out the way, starting to perform in the playoffs. The Warriors, I think they did make a great adjustment by having Draymond on the bench. So that is something that I am going to not take lightly. I think that type of level of adjustment in this form in the playoffs, you don't take that lightly. I think that they are going to continue to build on that, and guys are going to play better, maybe even on the road better. So that's another reason why I'm tough. But I like the way this line is moving, and the more this move towards the Warriors, the more I'm hitting the button, man. I'm about to light the beam. So I'm just going to sit back and wait. I think that the more you wait, if you like the Kings, you just wait. If you like the Warriors, you may want to hop on them now. But I see -4s right now with the Warriors. I think that, you definitely want to light the beam, man. If it gets to 5 or 6, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, yeah, I'm definitely going to disagree with you. I ain't even, man, y'all know, I don't got to talk about the game. I bet the game. Y'all know where my money's at. And we'll talk about it after it's done. Knicks and Cavs. I think Cavs are a real desperate team. They're at home where they've had success all year long. I think they'll at least get one more win at the house. I'm gonna kick it to you, Dutch, this time. How you feeling about Knicks and Cavs, Warriors, Kings?
Yeah, man. Shit, I'm not really too excited about any one of these games. So I don't like the 6. I was hoping to get a little bit smaller, but they know what we know, man. It's Cavaliers time. I said it. Knicks gonna handle business in Game 6. I'll be looking very forward. I hope the Cavaliers smack the fucking shit out of them so I could bet the Knicks heavily in Game 6. But yeah, I think it is a Cavaliers spot, probably a trifecta spot there. I think the Knicks already know what it is. They're gonna handle it at the crib, and the Cavs have shown that they can't put the Knicks away at the crib. They beat them pretty easily in Game 2 after that Game 1 performance. I didn't even know. I was at the gym. I was at the pool vibing out. I didn't know De'Aaron Fox fucked up his finger. So, and I just looked a little more. This is fucking index left finger, doubtful, as our boy Bobano said. That shit fucked up my high. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, I'm hoping something something happens, a miracle. Because I was just bragging about this motherfucker all night yesterday, De'Aaron Fox. Even with the L, he's still making me look good, man. But god damn. Yeah, it's probably, man, the Warriors catch breaks, man. They catch a lot of motherfucking breaks, you boys do. And they caught one. They caught one because they get past De'Aaron Fox's ass, man. Mr. motherfucking clutch. And don't you forget it. He was busting Steph's ass. So he's like thinking the Lord, I don't gotta worry about this motherfucker no more. So yeah, man. There's no way I'm touching Sacramento if De'Aaron Fox ain't out there.
He gonna be in, Dutch. Don't trip. He gonna be in, bro.
I mean, take that bitch up, do what you gotta do. De'Aaron Fox is definitely got a chip on his shoulder. He to me, he should suit up. So hopefully he does. We'll see. But man, that's his left finger. We will see, man. But yeah, definitely Cavaliers spot on Wednesday.
Cavaliers spot on Wednesday for Dutch, and you know me. I don't care what nobody's saying. You know what to do. Get paid. Get paid on the team that keeps paying us.
+4 right now looking like free money. I'm not gonna
lie. They playing on the road. Are they playing on the road, Skee?
Playing on the road. Do people forget that about Golden State on Wednesday night? Come on.
Talk to us, Bobano.
Yeah. No, there's no way I'm laying 4 with Golden State on the road. Although I am gonna pause on taking Sacramento without De'Aaron Fox, assuming he doesn't play. That's huge. Obviously, it goes without saying. But don't forget, Keegan Murray stepped up in Game 4, even though they lost that game by a point. They got some good performances. Even Sabonis, finally, for as much as I ripped him early in the series, he was better. There's reasons to still think Sacramento can compete, and we're getting to the point now with the point spread being Golden State 4 on the road that's all they need to do, is compete. And and as long as they're in that game down to the wire, 1 possession game, they're going to get the money. And again, this is a Golden State team that's a dreadful 11-33 this year on the road. Terrible. Straight up in ATS, it's horrible for the Golden State Warriors. Haven't won a game yet in this series. And even without De'Aaron Fox, we often see in the NBA, the team steps up for the first game. Everybody, contributes more. Everybody says, hey, without this guy, we've got to do more collectively as a group. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Sacramento to do that. So I like I say, I'm definitely not on Golden State. It's a question of, do I take Sacramento at +4 now? And this line might even climb higher for all we know between now and Wednesday. So if it does climb higher, like if I get 5 or 6, I'm in 100%. There's no way I'm turning down +6 if it were to get that high on Sacramento on Wednesday night in Game 5 of that series. But as for Knicks and Cavs, I'm probably looking more toward not so much the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs, it's their spot to stay alive. They are still very good on their home court. We know that. So I don't know if I'd take New York, but I'd probably sprinkle a little on Cleveland full game, even though 5.5, 6 is a modest number. I might look at Donovan Mitchell over points just because, look, he's going to get absolutely blasted, between Sunday afternoon and this game for his performance, and he's going to hear about it now for 48 hours. And he is back on his home court here in this game, and he's probably going to have a big night. And if he doesn't, then he's a complete and utter fraud, as far as I'm concerned, as any sort of big-time impact NBA player in the postseason. If he doesn't step up and have a huge night here with his team facing elimination, then his ass needs to get cooked even more than it has been since yesterday afternoon. So Donovan Mitchell, in the theory, this is a spot to step up. His points prop, I might look at it.
All right, good stuff. A lot of different ways to look. We touched on today. We touched on Tuesday. We touched on Wednesday. So a lot of different ways for us to get paid. Now it's that time of the show where we see which one of these games we maybe like more than the rest. And first off, I'm going to go to our guy, Wham Bam. Tell the people what you like in this one.
And I forgot to mention that I am going to be on the assist prop to have at least 10 assists for Ja Morant at +141, and I'm on a double with Ja Morant at +110. Shout out to that. Those are official plays. But the best bet is gonna be the Bucks, man. Fear the deer. Giannis comes back, the best player in the world, and they got guys still dropping. Victor Oladipo dropped. No hero here. Man, they losing too much guys, bro. So give me the Bucks -4 in the first half, -2.5, whatever you get, man. Just go ahead and take the Bucks. I like the full game as well, but we taking the first half with the Bucks, man.
Wham Bam going fair to deer, and I can't talk you off. Desperation spot for them too, and I think they'll get it done. But Bano, how you feeling in this one for our best bet?
Yeah, I'm going to give you 2 because I really am torn between them. And they're both from the Grizzlies and Lakers. Give me over 222 full game total with the Grizzlies and Lakers. I like that total. I think it goes over. And I'm going to go with that Rui Hachimura prop as well. Over 13.5 points is an absolute steal, in my opinion, with what we've seen from him in this series. He's averaging over 21 points per game. His point prop is still only at 13.5. He only needs 14 to hit it. I think he does with room to spare once again. Rui Hachimura, LA Lakers over 13.5 points, and we'll also go with Grizzlies Lakers over 222. 2 best bets for me.
Hey, he giving you double best bet, 2 ways to get paid. I'm gonna give mine really quick, and it's gonna be. Do I even need to give it? Y'all know who's gonna win. Golden State is gonna get the job done. So before I kick it to Dutch, I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that. I appreciate all y'all in the chat, man. This show wouldn't be the same without you guys. You guys make it fun. Y'all have us laughing while everybody's talking. The fun and games, I'm here for it all. And it's a lot of good information in the chat too. And we keep getting paid. So appreciate you guys in the chat. Dutchie, what you looking for, best bet, and take us home.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, I'll give you two things I do that this stand out to me. I will say is I do think Chris Middleton, 19.5 points is too fucking high. I'm leaning strong under there. Remember, these props are a lot smaller bets. And then also, man, I might have to put my money where my mouth is with my boy Juju and go under 28.5 with motherfucking Jimmy Butler. But for what we bet for the units, we go 1 unit minus 110. You could take the motherfucking Fear the Deer and the Lake Show, both money line, 2-team motherfucking parlay. That's right, the motherfucking 2-piece to the window, minus 110 is good money. I do want to let y'all know why I have y'all here real quick, though. Medicate Mondays is back. The motherfucking daily sesh. This sesh will be back on May 1st, next Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. out here on the fresh side. So all you real ones, be sure to touch down with us. But other than that, man, salute to everyone holding it down in the chat. AOD, the real DJ, RVD 420. I know you happy to hear that, my dude. Hey, RP, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.